wonderful people. It is truly a time to start taking inventory of what happened, what you experienced during the past 3 years, and how much these experiences brought change in your consciousness, in your life, in your experiences in general, but also, especially, how much did it change your perception between fear and self-empowerment, the perception that may not be perceived on a daily level, but they are there. And so being you and investigating truly consciousness makes up new consciousness every day. And so there's so many ways to tap beyond everything that keeps you in captivity, because the more the universe is grounding its power, the entire void is grounding, and so we can tap into that wireless station or remain in fear. And so consciousness, when we think about it, is made out of perceptions, intelligence, adaptivity, your personal experiences, how you deal with these experiences, your behavior, your mentality, your preferences. I mean, in science, so many have been talking about consciousness, not knowing where it comes from. But we in the light sciences and digging deep into light scientific measures, or every single technique that is termed a space technique or a light technique, that gives you optimum potential to rise everything into a platform where you have a fulfilling life, a life that brings not the unpleasant surprises, but very pleasant surprises, a life that is piled with joy, happiness, good people, and enjoyable experiences that uplift you, that move you forward, and you move people forward. So it's equilateral, and that is the way it should be, because you cannot test consciousness. You can only refine consciousness, you can rewire consciousness, you can delete, add, and plant new consciousness. That is how intricate the brain, or we as human beings are actually, and we're all in the same soup. We are moving into the platform of oneness, which is the big void, with all its technology, all its beauty, all its magnificence, all its abundance. And so the term of survival, luck, and fear has no place in the light realms. It only has a place in the matrix. The light realms, or the crystalline grids, do not accept that. And so the matrix moves deeper and deeper into the underground as we move with the vast potential, the big black universe, the black omni-panther way, the black celestial way, a black ray, right? That is the big void, and that can rewire everything in a very quick amount of time. So when we think of consciousness as electricity, electricity picks up like in telepathic wavelengths and opens and cuts down, and it can do everything. We don't need to understand everything yet. It's big fun if we do, and so we can work with things on a much more pleasant way, a much more pleasant degree, with everything in oneness, all the elements, all species, everything that has a living light vibration termed energy. So and without releasing old experiences, we cannot possibly move into new experiences, because these cycles, when they keep on turning, they're real. They screw you up into one platform, and you never get out of it. You stay up here, And when you work with the void, actually, you're aligned to the pleasant spaces in the universe that are grounded on this very beautiful planet, then you screw out these old past experiences, you delete them, because these past experiences, if we look at them, they are intrinsically subjective to your particular organism, not to anybody else's organism. And when you have those experiences, and so your consciousness of being you is very, very important. When you experience at this present moment a level where you are not you, I'm sure many amongst us have that experiences in which you do not feel you. You fear you. You fear your experience. You fear actually the outer world, and many even fear themselves, fear their own actions. So fear is something so real that needs to be dealt with to some level. And so I can offer a lot of easy and fun flow elimination procedures. And to move into a level where we move beyond success as an accumulation in a society. Success does not equate to having a huge amount of money, big houses, big cars, and huge jobs or anything. Success is actually being happy, fulfilled, and having exclusive connections on the planet and off the planet, because we are part of all that beauty that is out there when you open your eyes. So it's important to take inventory of your experiences of the past years and see where you are at. So we had to become more and more conscious, of course, of whatever, brought the planet into degrees of debris, malfunctioning, sickness, disease, toxicity, and so on. So the thing I would like to address here, I do understand not everybody wants to move in huge alignment courses, becoming a light tech, let's say, just an eternal healer, and knowing how to deal with energies and working with 20 to 100 ways and knowing how to apply them. I understand that. Yet I also understand that everybody wants some level of mental, psychological strength and the removal of anything termed fear, and eventually moving into the realms of light, in which there is no hitting you with degrees like there will be a shortage of food. They're bringing together like some sort of platform in which monies will be spread to different families. It all creates a lot of fear. There is some platform in which those who have much money will need to spread it to the poor ones, and that all that kind of stuff. It's all, that blabbering, creating more fear. Let's create that because light is winning it over. Bullshit. I mean, let's move into that level of intelligence, because nothing is neither as strong and quick in elimination as the entire circumference of the universe, the big black void, the big black way, and its intelligence, because clearing the nervous system from its old manipulation, its old control. We all have moved through it. Nobody was immune to it. So you may become into an understanding how consciousness within your particular nervous system was held back from pure strength, mentally, physically as well, muscular structure, And so you can stretch your muscles again. And that is very, very important. So here, clearing the 12 pairs of cranial nerves that are attached to negative consciousness, such as victim consciousness, such as fear of speaking out. We all have that level of fear. I mean, there's massive people who are afraid of speaking out in public, who are afraid of just taking an aircraft, taking a flight, who are afraid of addressing issues, who are afraid of talking out, to their bosses, or whatever, spouses, even their kids. I mean, blockages are massively connected as well to your solar plexus center, because that is where they stick the most. So a deep release from addictions in the glands and a deep clearing of the nerves that are connected to the lungs is also as important as clearing the vagus nerve. So I'm addressing all 12 pairs of cranial nerves, and every cranial nerve has an important role in your system. And so that cannot longer deal with old relationships, old connections, returning to indoctrinations, returning to addictions, because we have an overload of uh, consumerism actually, and so it's easy to move into addictions for many people. So alignment and clearing in this, especially with the entire nervous system, and I'm putting your entire spinal column and the root of the problem, your solar and sacral center, into pure strength. That is what I have for you. That is what can be encoded. And when that is encoded, there's nobody hitting you, right? And so that release of all consciousness already will bring you into a higher degree of understanding what it is to become a true Atlantean being. And then the next level, I would bring you out of all levels of termed anxiety. Anxiety, I mean, all the magnetic fields are starting to collapse. And if you don't move out of it, you move through it. You move actually with the viruses, the bacteria, low living standards, the low addicts. And so your health is no longer sustainable. And so anxiety, that creates nausea, it creates insomnia, it creates headaches, a dry mouth, hot flashes, chilly, blood pressure. I'm sure most amongst us know pretty well that it can create uncontrollable crying, trembling, having a difficult time to concentrate, feeling tense all the time, more or less feeling detached from the reality of what is truly happening, and not even wanting to go into it due to the level of fear it creates, because fear creates tons and tons of stress in the body, and all these stress levels create diseases in the body. So here, the alignments I have here will get you out of that captivity and will help you deal once and for all with how to step out of that fear, how to align at least to a spiritual celestial body, opening up that wheels of light, and thus integrating peace, integrating trust with your wireless station, into the black void, strength. And these three items already are so, so, so great, because they will assist you to eliminate the highest level of fear you may have ever experienced. And so that is actually, let's say, the removal of the intrinsic factor that not only created the fear, but that would go along with unworthiness and survival issue. So fear, survival issues, unworthiness, redirecting the 12 pairs of cranial nerves back into the wireless station, the big black void, and working with your strength, then you actually have it all, because it is truly coming to the encoding of yourself. We are moving into the alchemy. Alchemy releases all the old ways of spiritual bodies, or your body, whatever you term it. I do not give or pay attention to that anymore. These long drawn courses are old and do not work anymore. Today, we want quick fixes, we want quick eliminations, especially if you don't want an initiation into a light body, light environment. Then these meditations, they are extremely powerful, because they will get you there as well, as long as you hold on to them. They each take at least an hour, like the movement into strength and opening or releasing, the mud on your 12 pairs of cranial nerves. These nerves, they make up your consciousness. So that is very important to delete that old consciousness through the delete button of clearing these cranial nerves. That includes the optic nerve in the eye, that include the facial nerves, that include the nerves connected to your capacity to smell on a higher level. And I mean, they are so beautifully connected. And at the end of that particular alignment, you will move into the beauty, the resurrection of your strength, and keeping yourself with that particular code. I will work with this code. It's very strong, very potent. And then you slowly and surely move into a plateau of your Atlantean vibe, in which you start to release the first levels of that fear, and move into a plateau in which that negativity density can no longer hit you. And then there is a next planetary alignment. The true Atlantean you is the one that rises right now with the plateau into light, and not allowing the atrocities or the lower levels of consciousness, manipulation and control hit you any longer. And that is something you can repeat like endlessly during the entire year. And with the best blow of all of releasing, of getting this code to release fear, unworthiness and survival issues. That is a code that will be put into your body. You play with it, you wear the code. I'm truly a light encoder, bringing through the alchemy to quickly assist you into your next level or upgrades in your life, in which you find success, happiness, fulfillment, like a natural state of being, as it should be. So I hope this explanation was of some help for you, and absolutely click on the link below to have more like an introduction to those alignments. It's so important to really make the decision to align yourself out of it, and you will see huge difference in the incoming months. With these alignments, you can go a very long time, because you can repeat them at any time, as at any time things can happen, fear can pop up, and you can quickly eliminate it, like in 5 minutes time. Even when standing in the bank, standing in Walmart, or doing your groceries, whatever, you can become so strong as doing and becoming a living, walking eliminator of density. And thus working with codes is the way to go, is the new way into life, because it's all my codes are downloaded straight from the universe, and they are there to give you quick, easy assistance into a new beautiful lifestyle that ain't piled with mud, that is piled with beauty, integrity, calmness, understanding, and hearing the sounds of the universe or your channel communicating with all species that are growing on the planet right here. So thank you so much for being with me. Hit that button and have a look at my website. Subscribe to my newsletter. You get a lot of free stuff in there because a lot of my videos have been deleted. I'm not conform the law, you know. So, and but I still have them on my website. So that is one great thing. Other than that, let me know what you think about deleting all these patterns like fear, unworthiness, survival issues, and the movement into self-empowerment or encoding yourself with strength. That is what I have for you here, and thank you so much. I appreciate your presence. I appreciate your comments. So I would love to hear you communicate what you think when just having a vision on both codes, and that would already be very interesting. Other than that, hit the buttons to my fashion shops uh, through which you can wear these coats. Wearing them means half the work is already done because a coat integrates immediately into the body. So that is what I have for you. See you tomorrow. Thank you. Logging out.